I want to double my sales, I need to double my sales team, right? And that's flawed thinking, because in reality, you can probably just increase your close rate, right? You can probably increase your price point. You can also probably fix some things in your funnel to actually get more people to book a call or get more qualified leads. Hey, what's up, my friends? Mark Russell here, the CEO and co-founder of Strategic Scale Institute. And for the past 10 plus years, we've been helping service-based businesses build 6, 7, and 8-figure companies. And in this video, I'm gonna walk you through one of the things that we've discovered to actually help build a 7-figure sales team, right? Because if you're gonna be scaling the company, scale is about multiplication and duplication, right? Now, if sales is your zone of genius, this may be one of the last things that you outsource. However, you want to have somebody in place that can actually bring in new revenue. So if you're taking vacations and so forth and so on, you can actually have somebody that can continue to bring sales in, right? So in this video, I'm gonna walk you through how to build a 7-figure sales team. I'm gonna walk you through 3 specific components. Of course, we can go way deeper into this, and again, we're gonna have some resources in the description section of this video. But I just want to walk you through a few things to actually keep in mind. So let's actually jump over to my screen real quick so I can kind of walk you through some things to keep in mind. All right. So one thing you want to keep in mind is you got to have 3 things in place, right? So let's go here. So you want to have lead flow, right? So this kind of goes without saying, right? Because you want to have enough leads coming in because salespeople aren't going to stay around if you don't got enough leads coming in. So let's just say, for example, let's say your offer is 10,000. Right. So to get to 7 figures, you're gonna want to get to, that's $83,333.33 per month. Right. So that's about, at 10,000, that's about 8, we'll call it 9 sales a month. Right. So to get 9 sales a month, let's just say your close rate is 20%. Right. So if we want 9 sales, let's just do the math on that. So calculator, let's do them. I want to give you the exact math so you'll know how many leads you need to get, right? So let's just say, for example, if your sales team, let's say 20%, so 9 is 20% of what number, right? So that means 9, so it's 45, right? So it's 45. So if we want to get 45 calls per month, and if we go 45 calls per month and we divide that by week, because again, this is exactly how you want to reverse engineer it. So we want to do it by week. So that's about 11 calls per week, right? It's 11 calls per week. And if we divide that by, let's say 5 days a week, that's about 2 to 3 calls per day, right? So depending on your price point and so forth, you can actually decide, okay, I want to have 1 salesperson who can handle all these calls, or if I want to have 2. But a lot of times people think that, well, if I want to generate more sales, or I want to double my sales, I need to double my sales team, right? And that's flawed thinking, because in reality, you can probably just increase your close rate, right? You can probably increase your price point. You can also probably fix some things in your funnel to actually get more people to book a call or get more qualified leads, right? So that's one thing you want to think about, because again, people say, okay, man, I want to quadruple my sales, so I need to quadruple my sales team. I need to hire 3 times more people. And it's not the case. You can actually have a lean sales team, maybe 1 person, maybe 2 people, maybe 3, right? But you don't got to have a 10-person, 20-person boiler room style salesperson to generate 7 figures, right? So that's one of the things that we want to keep in mind, is we want to have lead flow, right? And then from there, you want to have your KPIs and metrics, right? Because you want to have tracking in place. So that's kind of how we can reverse engineer and do these particular numbers over here, right? Because we know typically our target is 10% of leads to book a call, right? And then we know that we want 70% of these book calls to show up, right? And then we want to make sure of those that book, we want 20%, let's say on the low end, to actually enroll, right? Now you want to know what this looks like for your business, and you want to have some standard KPIs, and you want to have some KPIs that you want your team and your enrollment team to actually be accountable for, right? So that's the second part of this process, is you want to have KPIs and some type of sales dashboard, right? So that's KPIs. Number 3 is you want to have a meeting rhythm. So you want to have a meeting rhythm plus training, right? And this doesn't have to be anything crazy. So you, well, I actually wouldn't even share my screen. So you want to have Meeting Rhythm plus some kind of training system in place, right? Now, this doesn't have to be anything crazy. So one of the things that actually help clients do is install a daily sales huddle, right? So a daily sales huddle is literally could be anywhere from 20 minutes to an hour, depending on if you're doing role plays and so forth, and depending on what they look like. And it's a simple rhythm, right? So number one, you're finding out what's some wins for the previous day. Number two, you're figuring out projections. And I'll do in a whole nother video where I go way deeper in this, but we're figuring out what's projections, where are we as it relates to those projections, and then are you stuck on anything we're stuck on. Let's look at pipeline, let's review pipeline, all those good things, right? So you want to have all those specific 3 things in place. Now I'm simplifying this for the sake of this video, but obviously it can be a bit more, because of course you want to make sure CRM is tight. How do you manage deal flow? How are you doing role play? What's the training and so forth looking like? All those things are super important. Now, of course, I want to keep this video short and tight, but those 3 things you want to think about right now. Do you have these things in place as it relates to growing your sales team? I'll do a whole nother video to talk about when you want to start hiring salespeople. And I should a whole nother video talk about that. But those are the 3 things you want to consider right now. Again, if you're at a point where you're ready to start scaling your business, or you want to get your business scale ready, check the description section of this video. I got some cool resources for you there. Going to help you build an amazing team. Going to help you automate your marketing and lead generation process, which is going to be very helpful when it comes down to building your team. And then also how to remove yourself from daily client delivery, so you can focus more high level in installing dashboards and so forth into your business. So go ahead, dive into the description section, grab all those resources. I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next video.